The Labor Day is come and gone, but Florida doesn't recognize that holiday for much. Anyways, welcome back to the shop. Today we are getting these hatch lifters installed so that we can quit smashing fingers. Stick around, I'll show you how we got these things picked out, measured out, any considerations you need before trying to get these things installed, because they can be tricky. So stay tuned. All right, so let's think about how we're going to mount these small hatches. These things obviously don't weigh much at all, a couple pounds. So as far as having a strong shock, not really a consideration. These are 20-pound shocks, and they are going to work just fine for this. So primarily, there is 3 ways that people mount these. You can go with the mount like this. You can slide them back here and have them a little more out of the way, or you can mount them up on the inside base here. When doing each of these, they all have their advantages and disadvantages. Going this way, you're going to be able to get away with a weaker shock and still be able to open the hatch. So it's going to work for very, very heavy hatches. Things that you really got to push a lot of force up on to lift. Big downside with this is you're blocking, half your access. If you've got 2 of these, it's even worse. Going with a mounting position like this works pretty well overall, but there is a lot of swing that comes down here, and a lot of the times, especially with hatches that are, when you're mounting them this way, you're mounting them on the short half versus, the long side. You don't have a lot of shock to deal with. What I mean by that is you're not going to have a lot of travel. These only have about 3 inches of travel. So mounting them like this and like this, what you're going to run into is if you measure from here, down, the distance from here to where this is now down is more than the travel of this strut. So you're going to bottom the thing out. As soon as you try to close the door, you're going to get it to about here and it's going to stop. And you can, hold it up there and see, even if it tries to pivot down, it's going to hit right about there and you're going to be stuck. There's a formula online. I will dig it up and put it on the screen here. You get a general idea of how you're going to want these, and you may have to drill a couple holes to get it perfect, because even with that, that formula, if you're dealing with small hatches like this, you're talking you got maybe an inch of play either way, where it's either going to only open this far, or if you open it too far, it's not going to close without bottoming out. They're real tricky, even though, you got a lot of swing. And that's why I was saying these are one of the easiest things to install, but also one of the most complicated, because you just got to figure out how exactly you want to do it. So what I landed on with these small hatches here is mounting them on the back side here. So that gives you can see as this closes, that's not going to compress the shock a lot. So it's going to give you, a wider range of motion of the lid opening and closing. And it's also going to keep it out of the way. So it's kind of the best of both worlds there. Biggest downside with this, it's actually pushing sideways to open the lid instead of just straight up and down. That's going to add a lot of stress on your mounting points, because instead of just pushing straight up, it's now pushing sideways. So if you don't have a lot of fiberglass on these hatches on the inside, you may need to through bolt it, or what I'm going to do just for extra security is I'm going to re-drill out these holes once I get them mounted and fill them with some thickened epoxy. After a little trial and error and patching a few holes, I was able to find something that finally worked out. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and get this installed. This hatch I can open all the way up. If you can't, sometimes you can take an old piece of live well tubing or just something and wedge it in the seam there just to hold it open for you. But don't need that for this. So we're going, first off, we're going to go with this orientation here like we talked about. Go ahead and get the first one marked. Pre-drilled here. When I made these hatch gutters, they're pretty much solid fiberglass here because I knew I was going to be installing something. I am going to go back and seal these, but not until I'm sure these are the last screw holes I'm drilling. You never know. Depending on your I said those had a lot of glass in them because I knew this was going to happen. So hopefully not an issue there. Okay. This is where it gets tricky. Because there's a big difference between here, 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 here on whether this is going to close all the way or not. Did take a little trial and error with the other ones, but realized that if you kind of keep this at a straight angle here, have this just shy of a 90 degrees, should work. Hold that there and get my first screw in. These did not have as much glass because I was concerned with, weight, and I didn't know exactly where these were going to be. I do expect to go back and fill these holes up with some epoxy or something, but until we are sure this is the last holes we're drilling. There we go. Okay. Now, this part I want to show you guys. Watch this off here. Watch this pivot point as this moves. That's a lot of stress on these little tiny screws. They're not just holding the the weight of the hatch going up and down. They're actually pushing side to side as this opens and closes 100 times. So you really want to make sure that that's bedded in there tight and not coming out, or you will rip these out after a few weeks, months, whatever. Stainless screws do not stick to magnetic bits. This is always a fun part. Use, there it is. Okay. Fingers crossed I got this on the first try. Haha, perfect. That's exactly what we want. All right, now that we have the holes marked and we know where everything needs to be to operate, we're going to drill these out. And the reason why is I talked a lot about how this has so much force up and down and, a lot of stress on these points. So I'm going to drill these out with a 1/2-inch drill bit, and then we're going to fill these holes with thickened epoxy. Give the screw something really good to bite into. And not just going through the glass, I'm going through the glass, and I have 3/4 inch Divinycell core inside of there. I'm going to go all the way through that, get to the outside layer of glass without drilling through that. that cleared out. And I also am gonna get some longer screws. I was only using 1/2-inch screws to get those measured up and templated. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some 1-inch long screws. So once I fill this, I can re-drill, and I'm setting a nice deep screw into solid epoxy and not have to worry about that pulling out as easy. All right, went ahead and taped that off, drilled the holes out, and I did tape it off just so I don't get epoxy everywhere, because it's easier to just smear it in there and then pull the tape and it's clean. You don't have a big mess to clean up. Went with a little bit thicker batch. This hatch will lay flat, but the ones in the back are propped open. I don't want to run it out everywhere. And that's it. Pull the tape off in a second, and pull it off now. Oh, there we go. Mess gone. Let that do its thing. All right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All 4 of the small hatches are done now. This one I'm still waiting for the strut, because I ordered a much longer one than the other ones that I had. It's supposed to be here today, so we'll see if it shows up. All right, so this front hatch, this was actually the last one I did, because I had to order this shock. The ones I did have for it were a little too short, and the way I wanted to mount this, it didn't give me enough of a compression length here. I wanted to put this one here versus, you know, like this type of angle here, because I didn't want to be blocking things from coming in the side. This one's actually a 30-pound shock. I pulled this hatch off and measured it, and it's right at 15 pounds. So, you know, you would think 15 pounds needs a 15-pound shock, but it actually needs a lot more leverage than that because of the angle that it's pushing at. Like I showed you in the beginning of this video, you try and open this hatch here, it takes a lot more effort than opening the hatch here. So, I also had the benefit of having the same setup on the boat up front there. It actually has 2 20-pound shocks. It's got one on each side because that hatch is a little bigger, and it works very well. This one I went with 1 30-pound shock, and you've got that. You got that give and take. It opens up well right at the top here. It kind of bops a little bit. It's a little. It might be a little strong. I may try a 20-pound shock, but once you're at this level here, you know it's going to hold it a little better than a 20-pound shock is going to do. So, you know, you kind of have to play around with them sometimes. You got to try a couple different ones and see what works. I can guarantee those guys in the factory, you know, building Pathfinders who've got these things dialed in, they probably went through about a dozen different scenarios before they found one that works. So, you know, the joy of a completely custom build. You got to experiment some. Anyways, hey, we're not chopping fingers off anymore, and that's what I wanted to do. So these are all good here. These hold themselves nicely. They open up the last little bit just like I want them to. Same thing here. You throw this open and toss everything in. We're not blocking access to this hatch at all. Has a good opening, probably, I'd say, what, about 75, 80 degrees. Perfect. Good enough for what we need. So with that, I guess about the only other thing left to do is wrap this video up. Thank you guys for watching as always. Stay tuned though, because we do have some changes that have happened in the last week or so, and I'll give you a little preview here. There's something missing. And you'll find out why in the next episode. So thank you again to everyone who's been here since the beginning. I really do appreciate you guys, and everybody who's jumped in the last few episodes. I thank you all as well. Yeah, like I said, big plans, couple changes, jack plates here, it's gonna get mounted, and lots more. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk soon.